All right, welcome back to another video, people. I remember last week I went over my tackle box and what I had, and I wasn't able to go into much detail because unfortunately I'm not that knowledgeable just yet. So today I have my buddy Luke, and he's going to be going over his tackle box, or at least some of the ones he had, and the different types of lures he has, and what type of fish he'll catch with them.
All right. Well, so firstly, I'm going to talk about this is kind of my biggest tip I have is I like to use a backpack, preferably an old backpack that you may not use anymore, maybe one from back in your high school days or just a backpack that you don't use in your everyday that you're okay with getting dirty or in case something happens. This is my backpack I keep in the trunk of my car. It's just an old Under Armour backpack. It's even like ripped up there. It doesn't really matter. I find it easier to carry, especially if you're going to be hiking to some of your locations, than like an actual tackle box. You just put it on your back. Um, but some of the stuff I like to have, since this is going to stay with me up through college, I want to be able to make sure I have, just enough to catch any kind of fish, whether that's trout, catfish, bass, crappie, brim, whatever. But obviously, I don't want to have too much that it's going to be hard to kind of carry around.
Yeah, we are limited in the type of fish we can catch around here.
Yeah. So firstly, if we're going to talk about stuff for kind of catfish, what I have here is I've got some swivels for Carolina rigs and then two different types of hooks. So this right here is a circle hook. It's used for, you can use this for any type of fish, but the point of a circle hook is it's good for catfishing. It's good for live bait. What you do is you just cast it out and you leave it out. And it's different than any kind of hook. Other kind of hook is because when a fish takes your bait and eats it, you don't have to actually set the hook with this type of hook right here. It's designed to kind of curve a little bit, so when a fish takes off with it, it automatically, the fish will hook itself. You don't have to, set the hook real hard. The other type of hook, and this is my personal favorite for catfishing, is a treble hook. It's kind of similar to what you see on some of those lures, the three-pronged hooks. This one's good for chicken liver, stink bait, worms, anything like that for catfishing.
Get kind of annoying too because it'll catch on almost anything, especially when you get your line tangled up and stuff like that. It's annoying to get it out without hitting yourself with it.
Some more basics that I have. This is for all my tackle bags, and this isn't for any specific type of fish. I always keep extra line. This one is a Stren style line. It is a 6-pound test, which isn't amazing for catfishing, but up here I mostly trout fish. Maybe some small bass. So I don't need just super heavy. If I'm going for all purpose, I'd go 8 to 10-pound test line. I always prefer monofilament, especially if I'm trout fishing. I know some people like braided. The other two things I like to always keep, here's a stringer. It's designed to kind of keep your fish. You hook it through a little needle here, and you can tie it off anywhere. It allows you to keep your fish on a stringer and keep them in the water without, needing like a cooler or a live well. And then a pair of pliers. These are, especially if you're fishing with lures, you have to have these. It saves you so much in the long run. I got this for like $4 at Walmart. If you don't have them and you're in there trying to take out 3 hooks at a time in a fish's mouth, it's just a huge pain. These are almost critical to have.
So I know you talked a little bit about your, catfishing, but what kind of stuff do you keep in your tackle box for like bass?
So the first things I have are these kind of clip style, almost like tackle boxes within a tackle box. This one right here is my spinning lure tackle thing. You can see you've got spoons, rooster tails, buzz baits. And then this one is my diving lures tackle box right there. You've got crankbaits, you've got rattle traps. Some of them, a bait that I find really interesting is, it's kind of covered. It's this big crawfish style bait. And it's got a big rounded tip right here because it's used for rivers, obviously where crawfish are going to be. The point of the round is the more rounded your tip is, the deeper it's going to dive. So for example, I'll take out this one right here. All of them are tangled up. Right
Yeah.
here. This one right here has a square. It says a square bill crankbait. It's my top 3 favorite bass lure ever. It's designed to dive 0 to 6 feet, so it's okay for shallow waters, ponds, stuff like that. But something like this, you're going to want to use in deeper water, or else you're going to get snagged on the bottom.
So I ended up forgetting to film the outro for the video when we were making it because Luke had to go somewhere and he was kind of in a rush. But yeah, Luke went over his tackle box. I have some similar stuff to him. I mean, obviously, because he'll take me to the store and he's like, you should get this, you should get that. But yeah, this just shows the difference between like what I got, which is kind of just like less of what he has. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm signing off.